Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, it's afternoon. It's 12 p.m. Look who I have with me, the beautiful and amazing Sunpsychic Jean. Hi, Jean. How are you?
Hi, Akela. Thank you so much for inviting me and hosting today. I'm so very excited to be your guest on your channel. It's so much fun when we get together and we flip back and forth who drives. So it's a lot of fun. And you are on all the time, everywhere. I see your shorts coming out, I see your collaborations coming out. You're everywhere.
Ugh. Listen, I don't know if I'm on all the time, but yes. And I am trying to push shorts a bit more when I remember to create them. And then you know what I noticed when because I use StreamYard, and when StreamYard cuts it for you, you have to really pay attention to the short because that they create, because sometimes they miss the vital part. So then you got to go through it and figure out, okay, well, which one makes sense? And yes, so I'm getting back on that. And I plan to post a lot more when I travel in the beautiful Caribbean. So you'll see a lot of beaches and rivers and stuff of that.
Oh, that's going to be great. I'm going to sneak in your suitcase and come with you.
You are welcome.
You it's gonna
More.
be fun.
Yes. So, Jean, I know sometimes we leave this for the end, but do you want to talk a little bit about some of what you may have coming up? You know,
Well, y'all, I let me see if I can find this. So, Ginger Faye and I are doing a mysteries. Let me see if I have that over here. Yeah, I think I do. The Mysteries of Merlin. And this is the thumbnail. And I'm just really thrilled about the thumbnail. And I put on there, um, if you love Merlin like we love Merlin, please join us today at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific. And we're going to be uncovering the mysteries of Merlin. And Ginger and I did a planning meeting on Friday, and my energy was like off the charts. And Merlin was there with us. We have so much information. It's going to be so much fun, you guys. We have a lot of images and pictures and facts, and we want you to let us know your information. And that's today at 2 o'clock. I cannot wait. I've
yeah,
been waiting for this for a long time. We recently did messages from Merlin, and everybody was so excited. And I said, let's do it, a deep dive for uncovering the mysteries.
Ooh, sounds like it's
But
going to be a lot of fun, Jean. I'll be there.
thanks. If you love Merlin like we love Merlin, and Ginger does such an amazing job at the investigative part. She knows how to, keep the chronicle part and ask the appropriate questions and then build upon that. She really is very good at what she does. She just did, yeah, she's really good at it. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting that you go, so I'm excited, right? Because if you pay attention to the clouds, you see faces and images in the clouds. And I want to say, was it last year? I dropped the kids off to school and I was on my way to work. I just happened to look up in the clouds. And I think it might have been somebody did a show on Merlin, or we were chatting about Merlin when I looked up in the clouds. Guess whose face was in the clouds? Merlin. And I'm driving, and of course, I can't take a photo. So I am saying, please wait till I stop so I can get an image of you. And I'm driving, I'm saying, please don't fade, don't fade, don't fade. And the image remained in the sky until I parked and I got a photo of it. And I was like, thank
Wow.
you, thank you, thank you. So it just goes to show when we see things, you ask. And if it's meant to be for you to capture it, you'll be able to capture it, right? Because there are times when you're not able to. And I am super excited to learn about more about Merlin today. So come on by, guys, 2 p.m. Eastern time with Sunpsychic Jean and Ginger Fee. All right, Jean. What about classes? Do you have any classes that's coming up that you
Yeah.
want to? Well,
I do. Thank you for asking, Akila. You're so sweet. Sometimes I talk about it so much, everybody's like rolls their eyes. My next psychic study practice group is on July 12th, and that starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And then my next class or teaching or collaboration thing is past life mini readings, and that is on Sunday, July 26th. Now that one starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, and that is 11 a.m. Pacific. And it's past life mini readings. And this is the third time I'm doing it, backed by popular demand. Everybody wants to come. And the last time, one time when I was doing it's for a group, and there's maybe like 12 of us in there. And
mm,
I have my eyes closed and I'm saying, you were a scientist and you were in this area of London and you were studying this, and everybody, you guys are great, and everybody's like typing and looking up a scientist in this area. And I say like the name that sounds like this, like pendergrass or something, and they're like, it's not pendergrass, it's fendergrass. Like, they find all of these in real time facts about past lives. It was so much fun. I'm telling you, I couldn't have planned it. Everybody else all collaborated and
wow.
helped the whole situation. But it's so much fun, past life readings. And it really takes a lot of energy. I really have to like let go and go into it so that, it's not alive, and everybody is just so supportive in there. It is just so much fun. And yeah, so, and if you are a member on my channel, it's included. So you're invited at no additional charge. But and it is on Zoom. And I wanted to let everybody know that you don't have to have a Zoom account to be in the group. If I send you a Zoom link, you can just click on the link. I believe
Mhm.
you don't have to have Zoom downloaded. I think you just have to say who you are, like give an email or something, so that you're identified. And that's all. That's all you have to do.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty easy. But thank you, Akila, for asking.
You're welcome. And Jean, part of why I promote, and people will tell you when I'm chatting with them privately, go to Jean's practice. And there's a lot of folks who offer practice sessions. So choose whoever resonates with you. But I enjoy them when I can make it. I enjoy the we do a meditation. And as you know, Jean, I go all over the place. And I'm like, what the heck? I missed half of what Jean's. But it's just the experience. And then it helps build your confidence, right? Because you're not just in the chat, seeking guidance. You get to practice with others who are in the chat with you. So you build your confidence, you build that skill that you, whether it's your clairaudience, clear sentence, clear cognizance, whatever it is, you get to practice. So try it out, see how you like it, and then you build friends. There's some folks in here who we chat privately, hey, we email each other. So you build camaraderie with others in the community. And I know a lot of us say that we don't have others in our nearby for so to chat with, but you get to meet the people that you're chatting with in the chat personally. So try it out, guys. All right, Jean. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how about we get started? Let's just say some quick hellos. And guys, I know we chatted a lot in the beginning, but we're just gonna say some quick hellos. We have Gary for Grace. Hey Gary, shining love like truth. Thandika, um, Aditi, hello. Rowie, hi, hi. Carolyn, loving life. How are you? We have Sarah Hick, Adventurous Asia. I hope I'm saying that correct. Nancy Ray, welcome. Soul Chef Antonia, I'm sorry. GMCM, hello. Thank you all for being here with us. Silk Steel Kitchen Witchery, thank you for being here. Oh, we have Tan and First Nation Creation. I like that. Tan. Hey, Tan. We have, did I say Sky High 00? I don't think I did. So welcome. Victoria Hager. Oh, Wiss Lightkeeper. You know, I see some channel names and I was like, wow, How do you think about that name? Some of these names are just amazing. Jazz Aquacade, Alexander the Ganja Shaman. Hello. And I think it's me, Namira. Hello. Dora Romero. Hi, welcome. Annie's Gifts. Thank you all for being here. Nilani Lick. Nilani. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Nilani Lick, 6725. Don't try, I'm protected. How are you? Just send me a message. Don't try. Let's see. Debbie Thomas. Hi, welcome. How are you? And that's it. Oh, Debbie, thank you for your donation. I see we have a donation from you. So thank you for that. Nilani is asking a question here. Is this from past person? Yes, mediumship. Yes. So we are doing intuitive messages, mediumship. If you have an animal, a pet, I should say, I correct that. If you have a pet that you like to get a message from, we are okay diving into that as well. I'm going to use my cards as well. It just depends on where I'm guided. Okay. So if you have a question, please feel free to drop it in the chat in caps and, emojis so that we can catch it. And that'll be great.
And I just wanted to invite anybody that's watching on my channel now or later to please do go on over to Akela-B 24. All of her channel information is in the show notes below. And please do go over and subscribe. We want to get her to 1,000. Once you reach 1,000 subscribers, there's a lot more that you can do on YouTube. She's restricted on what she can do. So let's get her up to 1,000. And then she has a lot more freedom to do many different things. And she is one of the hardest workers. She's so consistent. She's on, and she stays and does readings for hours for you guys. And so please do share, share, and subscribe to Akela-B. And let's get her up there.
Oh, thank you, Jean. Thank you, thank you. And ditto, if you're on my channel, and you're not subscribed to Jean, hop on over to Jean's channel, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, like. Jean is an amazing reader as well. So come on over, and she offers practice sessions, memberships that you can join and have private moments with Jean as well. Okay. We have you, Nilani. All right, guys. So let's jump in. Ready, Jean?
I am.
Okay. And guys, just so you know, we're going random order. Wherever spirit guides us today is where we're going to go to. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And if your name is called, please let us know you are here. So one thing I do want to mention, Debbie Thomas, thank you for your donation. You will go next because you gave a donation. So we'll read for you after Sarah Hick. All right, Debbie. So please let us know that you are here. And again, thank you for your donation. Sarah, yes. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Sarah is here. Okay, let's see. And Sarah asked, when will the move happen? I am trying my best to survive here, but I am not managing anymore and starting to lose faith. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Is this about a housing, or is this about incarnating? Are you moving your house? Or is this about is this spiritually or is this literally? And I see Debbie says she's here. Thanks, Debbie.
You go next, Debbie.
Sarah, just let us know.
Housing.
Okay, literally.
Thank you. And Jean, please feel free to go first.
Yeah, I'm going to use my pendulum too.
Mm-hmm.
I do see you searching for a little while longer. I do see you reaching your goal. So is Sarah Will Sarah move her residence at, at all this year of 2026? Will Sarah move her residence in 20? Oh yeah. Oh, that's a look how much stronger it's getting, you guys. It is really swinging big. Great, great, great. All right, thank you. Will Sarah move in the month of July of 2026? No. That's a definite no. Will Sarah move in the month of August of 2026? It's planning. Looks like you might find something. It's not a definite no. It's like you're working on it or coming towards it. Will Sarah move in the month of September of 2026? It says yes. So I'm just going to get nitty gritty, Sarah. Will Sarah move by September 15th of 2026? No. Will Sarah move by September 8th of 2026? I felt like it was more towards the beginning. Will Sarah move by September 3rd of 2026, around there? Will Sarah move by September 5th of 2026? It really feels like something's changing around that very first week of September. And typically when I do a you know, uh, prediction like that, it's generally in the September area. But because I use my pendulum, I want to see how accurate my pendulum is. So if that, and I saw like the 5th, it was like the 5th to the 10th is what I saw. And that's like a Saturday. So it looks like it's right after the holiday for some reason. But do let us know, Sarah, that I'm sorry that it's not this month. I'm sorry that it's not July or August, or that I didn't see it in the summer. Relax, rest, pack some things, get some things in order, and have yourself a little iced tea on the back patio, and just relax. Know that it'll come, and that's what I have for you. I do have that you will find what it is that you're looking for. You have very good cards here. So, how about you, Akela?
Okay, so Sarah, what I felt, and I know this may sound not so good, but what I felt was there was something for you to learn in this experience, right? You know how they say, look at the glass half full as opposed to half empty, is what they were feeling. I don't know what your situation is, but what they're making me feel is that if we're sometimes when we're trying to run or escape, not run, I'm sorry, escape one situation, we don't fully look at what's coming next because we're so wanting to get out of this. So, what spirit, I went to my cards and I got two cards. The first card I get says, oh, 1 second. It says, oh, why is it not showing? Let's try this one more time. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Huh. Wait. Well, I'll just do it like this for now. I'm not sure why when it pulls both of us to the side isn't working. It says next week looks promising. And when I got this card, it's not that you'll be moving next week. I think what's happening is doors are going to start to open, meaning you might start finding I heard little like pebbles you're going to encounter is what's going to happen. So next week look promising, but what I feel like they're wanting you to do is, and I know it's hard, is try slowly to shift your perspective on where you are now, right? Because the next card I got, it's time to take a break. Take a break from those emotions that maybe it's sadness, maybe it's frustration. Again, I don't know your situation, but step back from that situation, step out of that bubble and look in and see what small particle of it you can shift. Because again, you don't want to escape from one and then you jump into another, presuming it's better, and then maybe it's not better. That's what I got for you. Okay. And yep. I hope that helps, Sarah. But I did also feel that it was coming. Just wanting you to shift a little bit. Hey to everyone who just jumped in. Thank you for being here, Leah. I saw, and I saw Carrie, and there are others, but I'm sorry if I missed your name. Just welcome. All right, Sarah. So we're wishing you all the best and hope you find a home that lights your heart up, that brings you joy, peace, and comfort. Okay. All right. And next, I said we were going to go with Debbie. And I know Debbie said she was here. And Debbie is asking, please ask my guides and angels for insight into what is happening in my life. How's my mom doing?
So, Debbie, is your mom on the other side, or is she still in this world? And would you mind letting us know her first name? Because you never know.
Yeah.
We don't want to assume one way or the other. Hi, Leah and Juanita. Everybody's here. Thank you, everybody. She's on the other side, and her name's Adeline. Adeline.
Okay. Okay. Debbie Thomas.
She said, your mom is saying, I am well. How are you? And she's saying, your happiness is her happiness. She's saying that that she's in good hands, and you can rest assured that she is being taken. She's being taken good care. Good care. I don't know how to phrase that. Taking good care of people. There's others there that are taking good care of her. I do see that you're going through a little bit of like sluggishness and difficulty and slow moving and maybe difficulty moving forward, but she says you're doing great. Keep going, keep going. She said keep making decisions and moving forward one little step at a time. She said that you cannot see past the veil or past the horizon, or like there's like a mountain in front of you that you can't see around the corner. She said you're doing great. She says keep moving forward, and she shows me you in a boat rowing, and you're only rowing with one row, with one, I think it's called a row, or with one oar. So it's hard for you to get by, and you're almost like sticking it in the mud and trying to push yourself forward. And it's all you can do to move yourself through this heavy, dense energy. And she's saying, I can see up ahead. She said, you are doing great. She wants you to be kind to yourself, give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and allow yourself this time to move slowly. She's saying, you have very high expectations of yourself. She's saying, she's saying, she's showing me a cat also. There's a beautiful, almost like long haired cat with like, little furriness around the face, not like a closed cat, but there's a cat coming forward here. But she just wants you to know that you're doing great. She's saying, I feel as though you don't have a lot of support. That's why I only saw one oar. It feels like it's like a fish out of water almost. You feel like and it may be because of her passing or because of the situation around it, that you feel so unstable or unbalanced. She's saying that this is part of the grieving process, and to give yourself some time and be kind to yourself and allow for this to move through you. Try not to resist, try not to push. Allow for this to move through you. She's saying that you're doing everything that you could possibly do. Keep moving forward. She shows me like a big mountain and this like murky water that you're trying to like the ore you're trying to, uh stick it in the mud and push yourself forward, and you're doing everything you can possibly do. She sees around that mountain that there is calmer water and clear water and smooth water and ease coming up for you. She's saying you're doing great. That's what I have to say to you, Miss Debbie. I hope that makes sense.
Okay. And Debbie, so what I saw for you was someone jumping rope. And I thought, how does this apply to your question, right? But you asked about what's inside, what's happening with your life. And the jumping of the rope, think about it. When that the two folks on the end are spinning that rope and you're getting ready to jump into that rope, right? It's timing, it's getting it right, it's waiting, patience, right? Observing. When I think back to when I was jumping rope as a kid, it's like I'm watching the folks because they can tend to speed it up. So I'm watching what everybody's doing and getting myself on the right timing of them so I know when to jump in. So they are giving that example so you can, whatever it is that's going on, really, and maybe you're doing this, but this is how I'm feeling, really focus on the situation and allow for the right timing for you to, I guess, make a move on whatever it is you're dealing with. I don't know, but think of the jump rope analogy. That's what they're giving me. Now, I also got a card for you because I wasn't getting a whole lot, and it's from the Faces of Oshun deck, and I hope this thing works. And I'm going to show you the card, and it's Oshun, the Seductress. Now, when you see this card, you think, ooh, because I was like, the seductress, and it talks about sensuality, attraction, feminine power. So I had to run to the book to see what it says. And it says, let your natural sensuality shine through. Right now, others are drawn to you like moths to a flame when you ooze confidence. So, this card is about confidence in everything that you do, right? Feel what you're feeling inside. What does your sacral chakra tell you? Trust it, be confident in whatever it's telling you to do. Maybe they're just telling you to get outside and jump rope. If that's what you're feeling, go do it, right? It says, when you ooze confidence, folks can't help but want to align with you. And I like this part. It says, Oshun the seductress is issuing you a siren call to embrace your sensuality and divine feminine energy. The master manifester goddess knows how to channel desire into reality, and she encourages you to do the same. So, and again, it's not sexuality, your sensuality. And we know as humans, when we dress good and we do our hair and maybe put on a little bit of lipstick, maybe red lipstick, it boosts our confidence. So whatever it is you're doing, don't let it shadow whatever you're dealing with. Don't let it overshadow who you are. Put on that red lipstick. Jump rope with that red lipstick on. Okay? Find the right timing and let that confidence that's within you shine through. And that, I think, is how you will be able to go through, because now you're getting a better view, you're being guided. Not to say that you're not being guided, but you are able to now maybe understand the messages that you're getting, see the signs that you're getting to move through the challenges that is being faced. Okay. And that's what I have for you, Debbie, and I hope it helps. All right. Now, I saw that we had, I think, another donation. Hey, from, I think it was Leah. So we'll go ahead. And Leah, thank you for your donation. So we'll go ahead and get Leah. Okay. Okay. And Leah asked, if you lovely ladies have time, may I ask if tomorrow's interview will be prosperous? Sure. I'll go to my pendulum for this.
We both love it to do our pendulum.
Yeah, Leah.
So, will Leah's interview for tomorrow be prosperous? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a very strong yes. And it's almost like they know it already. They're so excited to even just interview you. They're only going through the motions. It's like they know that you're a good candidate or the best candidate, and they're just going to go through the motions because you're almost like the favorite ahead of time. Um, so just be yourself and be confident in your skills and your background mm, and the more relaxed and authentic you can be, which you are, the better off it'll be. Like they'll like you know they'll that's all that they want is somebody authentic with your skills and your and your light. That's what I have. I think it's going to go great. But again, let us know. How about you, Akila?
Okay, so I'm asking my pendulum as well. Okay, and I'm going to ask it exactly how Leah asked the question. High vibrational beings of love and light. Will Leah Omega's interview be prosperous for her? Oops, sorry, reset. Will Leah Omega's interview tomorrow be prosperous? Okay, my pendulum is saying yes, Leah. Now, oh wow, wow, it's going heavier. So, but Leah, I do want to say one thing. Um, when I went to pick my pendulum up, um, hello, it was tied like in a couple of knots, which is odd because my pendulum is normally laid flat. But what I found was that it was very easy for me to undo the knots. It came apart easily. So I think based on that, and because it's in my mind, I think based on that, you may feel like you interviewed today or tomorrow, and maybe they're taking a while to get back. Don't be worried, right? Keep your energy positive because they have others to interview, and it may be close, into as to who they decide to go with. And that is why I felt my chain was tied up. But in the end, it seems like you're going. My pendulum said yes, the interview will be prosperous. And a spirit just said in my head, even if it's not for this particular position, there's something. So be open. All right, be open for whatever they come back with. Yes. All right, Leah. All the best. Okay, thank you, Leah. Okay, let's see. And again, thank you both for your donations. Okay, Sky High. Sky High 00. Are you here? Let's see. Thank you, Lisa Alden, for your donation.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, did Lisa have a question? And welcome, Lisa.
Yeah, it's at
Yes.
12:33.
Yeah, I got it. So if Sky High doesn't reply, we'll go to Lisa Alden. Sky High, are you here? We'll give you. And guys, make sure that you're right below our screens with Jean and I. There's a little live button, and sometimes I don't know why. Okay, I see you. No, that's Lisa. Um, it lags, so it may be gray. You want to make sure the button is red, so that means you are live. So keep hitting that little button periodically. Okay. So I don't see Sky High. So Jean, how about we jump to Lisa? You okay?
That sounds good.
Okay. So Lisa, we're going to read for you. I'm going to find your question. Okay. And Lisa says, hello, Jean and Akela. Will my job go okay this week? It's new and I'm learning a lot. Okay.
Yep. Um, there's a lot of information, and they understand that there is a learning curve, Lisa. They understand a lot of new information is very difficult to not only retain, but also apply. Give yourself a grace there and know that they are aware of the learning curve, that they tell you something and then you have to do it and you're like, wait, what was that? Because you can't remember every step, especially if it's very detailed. They know this. They know this. And they don't expect you to pick it up. They expect you to ask if you don't know. And I do feel as though maybe recording some things or writing down the steps and also keeping like a checklist. Like if you have to do this and then you have to send it there. And then when you do, you have to do that. Make sure you write yourself a checklist, and it's almost like all the steps so that you can check them off as you're doing it, and you don't have to remember as much if it's down on paper. And also if it's recorded, you can run through the recording and say, oh yeah, 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 that's right, I have to go outside before I go inside, especially if you're learning a internal computer system or you know domain or whatever, that their site, their personal site there. um it's a lot. Give yourself some grace. There's a lot of new information. They are aware of the learning curve. It's up to you to let them know or ask them, can I just record these few steps? And you know how you can do a screenshot or go through and jot down and make sure you have checkoffs. And it sounds like you have a very detailed um, position there, that it's difficult to remember all the steps. And it's not about your aptitude, it's about there's a lot of information to apply all at once. And you being diligent, asking to record or taking screenshots or writing down checkoffs. What I used to do is in my email, I have to do this every morning, and then after I do this I have to go and do that. And then I would have it as a daily reminder, and I would check off the daily reminder. And so the next day I would know, oh, these are the things I have to do. And it's not like they're hard to remember, but it's that there's so much that it's easy to forget and you don't want to. So give yourself some aid, some assistance, some reminders, some screenshots, some recordings, or have it like a checkoff list. It really does make your life a lot more simpler. And then at some point in down the road, in a month or two, you may not need the checklist, and then you'll be like, I know this. I know it like the back of my hand. I don't need to be reminded. But when there's so many details and they're showing you so many different things, you're like, well, wait a minute. What about all that stuff you asked me for? You told me about that other thing. Now you're talking about something else. And you're like totally forgot the first thing that they showed you. They do understand it's a lot of information. And it's like you'll be going through the motions, and then to get the whole concept of how everything works, it's going to take some time. So give yourself a break there, Miss Lisa, and ask for help. Yeah, that's what I have for you, Miss Lisa. And I do see you're going through it. My cards are showing me that you're going through it, and you do have some initiative and some great ideas coming in to assist you. And I do see you managing and holding everything together in the very near future. So good luck to you, Miss Lisa, and you've got this.
Yeah.
How about you,
And
Akela?
so, Lisa, I got 4 cards for you, and they're all great cards. It's answering your question, but also giving you, I guess, guidance on what to do, right? So, the first card I got for you was compromise. But if you see, even though it says compromise, there's a scalish balance, right? And it goes back to what Jean says. It's about making sure you take notes. And now, this part is from me as an HR person. When you take notes, even if it's not detailed, and you have to go back to that person for guidance who trained you. If you have notes, they'll be happy to help you, right? Because you took notes. If you go back to them and you have nothing, and because the first question they ask is, well, where are your notes? Did you document anything? And you're like, no, it shifts the energy, because then it seems like you weren't really paying attention, even though you were. And some people have great memory. I'm not one of them. But take, and that's the balance for you. Take notes, take as much notes as you can take. The next card they gave me was big happy changes. And to me, that says yes. So, which means that it's going to go good. The other card was communicate clearly. If you feel you don't fully understand something that is being showed to you, because some people are hands on, some people you can tell them what to do and they've written it down and they've gotten it. You be clear on your learning style. If you need them to show you how to do it while both of you are doing it, like maybe they do it and then you do it, ask. Don't hold back, right? And then I got for you the yes card. And then Spirit said, look at the next card. So I just looked at the card that's on the bottom of the deck, and I'm going to stop pulling cards up. Oh, wow. This is really up to you how it goes, right? Because if you do everything that Jean said and what my card said, you are going to have a great week, So all of this is up to you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for clarity on the response that's given to you. Don't be afraid to ask for a repeat, you know what I mean? And say, hey, here, even if you take notes, call the person over quietly. If it's in a group setting, and say, hey, I documented the notes. Does this look right? Did I miss anything? And that is so appreciated from the trainer's perspective. All right. But yes, it'll go good, is what I'm feeling for you. All right. So thank you, Lisa. All the best. Whew. And Jean, I saw we got 2 more donations. Thank you. Actually, 3. We have Shining Love Light, Nancy Ray, and Nalani. Yes, Nalani. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to go with Shining Love Light. Since Shining Love Light, Charlotte gave a donation. Let's see. And
And
Silk
thank
Steve.
you.
Oh,
Thank you to everybody. We're flattered. We really are. Thank
yeah.
you so much, everybody, for all of your kind donations. That is really very supportive. I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you so much. So sweet.
Okay, let's see. And I hope I have both parts start. Charlotte said, would like to know, okay, what was going on. The teacher mentioned cards, and I lost it with laughter for quite a while. I know, super crazy. I think there was a part 1. So I'm going to try to see if I can get that, Charlotte, real quickly.
Well, I think it's a natural expression of joy, and it's a cathartic expression. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And I think that this laughter was like a release of emotions built up and pent up. And when you resonate with somebody and they're speaking to you, it may not be what they're saying, but it may be the act. Like the codes that come through with the information, and it may be tickling your resonance or your spirit guide or your the spirit inside of you that brings you this burst of joy. I know. I'm only saying that because I can feel it, and it's not. I don't think it was. I mean, when they said cards, yes, but it's not what they said. It was the energy that came through, that you had this sort of epiphany. It's this what is the elation, joy, and it's this realization, this connection. You felt the energy touch your energy, match your energy, and it is really just something to rejoice. And it comes out in our emotion, because as humans, we express through our emotion, we share through our emotion, and it is cathartic. And like I said, if you didn't laugh, you would cry. And it's like, it's so touching that it's so like, it's really, I feel overjoyed. I know what it feels like being in an intensive class and being activated and feeling this just overwhelm of joy. So that's what I have for you. And that's from my own experience. But good for you, Shining Love. How about you, Akela?
Charlotte, I just pulled one card for you, and um, it, I just pulled one card for you, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. The joy you were feeling was the wisdom of the solar plexus. And why I'm gonna leave it at this card, Charlotte, is because of the message you received yesterday. Okay, and it was a bit of and this is what I felt, a bit of remembering your soul. So whatever the teacher said, it's like your soul was remembering, and maybe whatever it was remembering in that moment, the joy from what you did, whenever it created that um that oh gosh, the word came in, that elation, I would say, that joy. It's just the remembering. So it's the wisdom of the solar plexus is what they're saying that caused that reaction from you. All right, let's see if Charlotte. And that's all I got for you, Charlotte. All right. So I know it was short, but I hope it makes sense. And
I think
thank
that really resonates with that solar plexus because that's where we laugh. That's our sense of self. That's our identity. And just being recognized and feeling that recognition. And just imagine when all of us awaken, when all of humanity is aware of who we all truly are and how much we'll be laughing and rejoicing with each other. It's beautiful. So
yeah,
thanks for sharing that.
yeah, thank you. Okay, and then next we had it was not Leah. Um, we read for Leah already. My mouse is acting a little crazy.
It's Nancy
Nancy
Ray.
Ray. Yes, Nancy Ray. Okay, Nancy Ray. Nancy, I'm just trying to find your question. And again, thank you for your donation. So Nancy asks, please, any guidance from Spirit on the physical challenges I'm going through now? Thank you. Okay, Nancy, we are not medical, specialists. So take what resonates with you, but always remember to seek guidance from your physicians, your medical team. Okay. Let's see what I can get, what Jean can get as well.
You, I'm looking for a clarification. I do see good health for you, Miss Nancy, if it's about your health, but physical uh, challenges may be spiritual as well. But I do see that you were, or that you are, or that you have had uh, good health in the past. And I do see a lot of changes coming in. Now, some of these could be from the solar flares, they could be from the Schumann resonance, that could be from the Earth's grid. It could be many different things, but it's really important for all of us to take care of ourselves, to make sure we get plenty of rest, to make sure we have electrolytes and we're very well hydrated, and balanced eating, maybe even less eating during these summer months if you're in the northern hemisphere. And I'm trying to, and sometimes it has to do with a little bit of stress for the intensity that we feel everywhere. We don't ever get a break. There, no matter where we look, there's something to do or something to apply our energy to. We're not never, but we long for those, lazy Sunday afternoons where we're just relaxing on the back porch with the sun, with the uh, glass of iced tea. Um, do you have a grounding mat? Maybe ground, or you might try grounding. That might be helpful for you. And just going outside and grounding as well. I feel it's energetic. I feel it's energetic. And you have to be, or it's important to be really careful with our intake of processed foods. And I, I'm not preaching to the choir here. I'm just saying, I mean, I do it too. So, but sometimes processed foods have hidden, like seed oils and hidden inflammatory kind of ingredients. So just watch how you feel after you eat a certain um, something certain or a certain particular product. And oh, I wish I had that. Like they say, popcorn is highly toxic, or the microwave popcorn, and they say that lunch meat is highly toxic, and like there's all these things that we know now that are really really bad for us. Um, and um, there was something else. Oh, sometimes uh, not doing a cleanse, but maybe having a day where you drink lemon water and I do a celery juice, and I put celery in a blender with like parsley and lemon and ginger, and that is quite astringent for my liver because sometimes it gets sluggish. But when I drink that, I feel very revitalized, and it almost like resets and takes down some of the inflammation. So you may want to look into, if you may incorporate carrots or apples into that. I try to stay away from that because of the sugar content, but you may want to, try different smoothies or juices that would agree with you. But go lightly on the ginger until you build tolerance. I can eat ginger like an apple. I love it. Some people, they can't even stand a little bit. So, and that's what I have for you, Nancy. I hope. Oh, she's very sensitive to the atmosphere and environment. She has an outbreak of eczema. That is all over your body, and you'll see a doctor on Wednesday. That is from inflammation and and Nancy, I'm going to look up a website that you can use for these things, but it is a reaction, and you can get it under control. And I do feel it has a little bit to do with sugar, but I'm going to get you the website. How about you, Akela?
Okay. As I just read, now I have this deck, Jean. It's called Plant Spirit Messages. And I want to pull a card from this deck for Nancy as well. But Nancy, I kind of agree with what Jean, well, I agree, not kind of, because the first card I got to you, it says feel into the emotions. But look, and I'm getting chills like right in my calf area. It's I mean, the front and the whole lower leg area. And it feels like the chill is like this strong grasp of energy around that area on my legs, right below the knee and above the ankle. But if we look here, we have a butterfly transformation, a snake shedding, healing, and then we have a beautiful sunflower and the strength after that of the lion, right? So when I saw this card, feel into the emotions, whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is your feet, really sit into it and ask for guidance, is what I got. Because the next card I got says, your soul knows. Your soul knows what it's going through. And it may be difficult to, if there's any pain, it may be difficult to pause and really try to feel into it. But try it, the fact that they're telling you to feel into the emotion, what your body, and yes, we'll say emotion, sadness, happy, anger, fear, whatever it is, right? But feel into what your body is trying to say to you. Because one of the things I got super hot. And I was like, why am I so hot? Because my window is open. So just feel into and ask your soul for guidance. You know, I tell everyone in 2020, and I've said this on my channel, this is 26, I want to say 22, 23. I just had this weird outbreak, and I was, at first I thought, okay, it'd go away, and it didn't go away. It just kept coming and coming, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I went to the, before I went to the doctor, I went in and I said, what is this? Why is this happening to me? Will the doctors know? And I clearly remember hearing my guide said, the doctors won't know. It's not something that they can find. They'll be able to find. And I reached out to another friend, who's been, you know, doing this for years. And I asked her, and she came back and she said, it's not a medical, Akela. It's something spiritual that's happening to you. And I was like, well, to me, it really bothered me. And I went to bed. And before I went to bed, I asked, I said, guides, please help me. Help me figure out what is going on with me. I don't know what to do. This is happening all over my body, what to do. And in my dreams, as I was about to awake, I heard somebody yell out from, I didn't see who, but they yell out from a distance, Calendula. And in the dream, I am like, what was that? What was that? Calendula. Just like that. And I got up and I said, I got to write this down. I got to write this down. And I wrote down calendula. Mine, I wasn't too familiar with it and its properties. I got up that morning. I went straight to the herb store and I bought calendula. I came home and I sipped it and I drank it. I want to say by day 2, whatever was going on dried up. Now, did it leave marks? Yes, but the marks are fading. But I say this to say to you, since this is something spiritually and your soul knows, ask your soul, ask your higher self, ask your guides and see what you get. And the last card I got for you was, I pulled a color and it was the color orange. Nurture yourself. And Jean was talking about maybe switching up what you eat, trying to find, if you can, healthy alternatives, you know, not Burger King or McDonald's, or, you know, just try something different, but ask your guides. And okay, I just want to pull one card, and I get so busy chatting, I forgot to pull. So let me see. What if there's a plant that they might be able to recommend? Spiritual plant energy. Is there a recommendation for Nancy to help her through this process until you can communicate with her what is truly needed? Okay. Oh, I got cacao, or cocoa as I call it. And the cocoa card talks about heart openness, connection. What truth does your heart long to share without fear? If you like cocoa, I would try to get the you know, not like the Ovaltine and that. Try to get the, if you can, the true cacao. Look up its properties, Nancy, and then see if that is something that may be helpful to you. All right, but that's the card that they gave me. So wishing you all the best, because I know eczema is not a you know, it's hard when you're dealing with that. But I got
So,
cacao.
Akela, do you mind if I share my screen really quick? I wanted to show Nancy and everybody, because I knew about this, but I just remembered it as Nancy was, because I think that when I had a bout of this, you can't see anything, guys, but this is called herbpathy, herbpathy. And you put the disease in here, and then it tells you about the disease, and it gives you some of the natural remedies. And, you know, do your own research. Borneo mahogany oil, marigold, tea tree, and tea tree is a wonderful topical treatment. And they have marijuana here. They have all different types of treatments, cedarwood essential oil, evening primrose oil, and I believe that a lot of these are topical. But and you can try, you can put whatever you have in here. You can put migraines, and it will give you an herb that supports it, feverfew, peppermint, and ergot, basil. All of these things are good for migraines, but it's not good for everybody, every migraine, but it's just a way to sort of get you on the path or steer you if you're into this natural type of remedy. So, but I do also believe that doctors have a medicated ointment that will give you relief so quickly. But
Yeah.
tea tree oil and I remember I had a really bad flare up in the back of my neck, and I just couldn't get it under control. And I put tea tree oil. My husband says he says you smell like a tea bag. I said I know it's my tea. He's like, what is that smell?
Li-
Mm.
Listen, G, and you'll be amazed at a lot of the oils, frankincense oil, eucalyptus oil, all these different herbs. And I am not prescribing anything because I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just saying, I had a mole, and I'll tell the story real quick and then jump. We can go to the next person on my arm. And over the years, I noticed the mole kept getting bigger and bigger and raised off the skin. And I thought, this is odd. So I went back and looked at photos, and before I turned 20, and I never had that mole. So the mole disappeared and then grew and then it stopped. So recently something snagged it and I was like, ooh, but it healed, whatever. And I said, you know what? I need to go to the doctor about this mole on my arm. I went because everyone's like, get it checked out. So I went, and my doctor said she has to refer me to a dermatologist. And I said, you know what? I was just in my room and I said, what if I try an oil? Just rub the oil to heal it. And I started using frankincense oil. I would just drop it in or rub it. Why? After my doctor's appointment, I called the dermatologist to get checked, Jean. And I woke up one morning, I did something, and then I woke up one morning and something just said, look at my arm. I looked at my arm, the mole. Now the mark is, you can see the mark, but it's flat.
Yeah.
The mole fell off.
Wow.
And the mole, it's so creepy. The mole was sitting on my bed. It was in my bed, so I picked it up. And I kept watching it, and my mom was like, still get it checked, but it's gone. When I touch it, there's nothing there. I don't know. So I assume it's a frankincense oil. But again, you know, make sure and check. I'm not prescribing anything. I'm just saying some of the things we don't think about that Mother Earth has given to us that we forget to go back to, we can try and see what it does, but still talk to your doctor and maybe use a combination of both if you can. But what works best for you is what you need to do for you. Okay? But just don't omit everything and say, no, I'm not doing that. All
I hope
right.
you feel better really fast, Nancy Ray.
Yes.
That's not fun. It's very painful. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, but it leaves a discoloration on the skin. So then that side too. So we hope you get some sort of relief, Nancy. Okay, so next we have Nilani. And Jean, are you good for after Nilani at least one more?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we'll take Nilani and then we'll take one because it is after one, guys. So Nilani, are you still here? Check to make sure. Okay. Nilani. Good, Nancy. Good. Nilani Lick 6725. Are you here? Oh, yep, there you are. Thank you. So are you changing your question, Nilani? Because I missed that question.
I think it was in her donation was a
Okay.
different question.
All right, let's go up there. Let's go there. Sorry, guys, I know I'm moving a little slow today.
They only show us this much of the chat, so we have to go up and go down, and you can't see everything as you're going by.
Yeah. And then it does this skip thing. So you're like, okay, where is it? All right.
It is, I see it at the bottom of the stars.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
you want me to?
Hold on, let's go in there and see. Bottom of the stars. Yes, here it is. Great. Thank you, Jean. Good eye. Thinking of my non blood aunt, she passed in 2022. Her initial is N. Is there something she wants to say to me or I need to know? Okay, let's see what Miss N wants to say to you, Nalani.
Are you named after her, or is it like the same letter in honor of her? She is. I do feel as though her passing was very quick, and she was a matriarch and was really very valued in the family. And I feel as though she was treated as a family member and very supportive and respected. I and I don't know if she adopted your family or if or if your family adopted her, but it was like it was meant to be like the connection with your family. It was just like it's very comfortable. I do see a happy home and a good outcome. So she's letting you know that she is at peace and in her unconditional love with the angels and with her, with other loved ones on the other side. And she just wants you to know that she sees your heart. She feels your heart. She's making me feel how much you miss her and how much you loved her. And she says, I know how much you loved me, how much you miss me. And she says, that she said, multiply that by 10, and that's how much I love you. She says that I, I feel as though she was instrumental in organizing something. Um, I don't know if she stepped in when somebody had a tragedy or an illness, and she just feels like somebody who really took not control, but took uh, direction or took the leading role of whatever this was that transpired. It could have been in your life as well. But she just wants to thank you so much for honoring her as your aunt because she's telling me she saw you as like a daughter, like the daughter she never had is what she's saying. She's saying that that wasn't in your head that we had this special connection. She said that connection that you feel was a soul connection. I do feel as though that you and your aunt had lifetimes together before. She's saying your souls know each other. Your souls are always connected. Your souls are always, the love is always connected. And she's watching over you, and you can ask her for guidance. And I feel as though after her passing, there was some sort of a misunderstanding or miscommunication with her belongings, or I don't want to say will, but something about her instructions after her passing. um, like the wrong person took charge, not the wrong person, but somebody who took charge wasn't as thoughtful or didn't understand what she truly wanted. And she says, don't worry about those details. She said those details don't matter at all. She says she knows what's truly in your heart, and that you know you two are truly connected. And whoever this was that stood up, like maybe it was a distant relative of hers that really didn't know her very well, she's saying don't let that bother you. It didn't bother her at all. She said they're just very small details. She said what's most important is the love and the connection between my heart and yours. So that's what she has. Yes, her apartment was actually stolen. I think it was not in her will. Oh my God. She said that doesn't matter to her. She said these things are like Monopoly, you know, little plastic things in Monopoly. She said it's like it was just something that she used to go through this life. She said it has no importance, no matter to her. She said she's sorry that it's that if you had an expectation or if it was meant to go to you, but she's saying These are just minor details. What's most important is the love that we have and the connection that we have. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know it's so spiritual. She doesn't care. Yeah. She was a spiritual person. Hmm. Oh my, she never had any family. Oh, wow. That was quite intense, but I do see that she's saying she's in a very good place and she wants you to continue to connect with her. How about you, Akila?
Yeah, I'm trying to find this one card. I love when they number the cards because it's so much easier than color coding and then you're going through trying to find it. But I think I got it. Okay. Okay. Um, so Nilani, what I got was a woman that stepped in that was poised, well kept. She took care of her health. Well, she took care of herself. She was conscious of how she, and not in an egotistical way, she just liked to look presentable, look good. Some may have felt that, I remember as a kid growing up, people used to tell me, oh, I walk as if I'm a proud peacock. And I was like, whatever, because I stood tall. I was always taught to stand tall and keep your head up and, walk with confidence. And that's what I got from her, right? So I was trying to get more information from her. So that's how she presented herself. And as I was shuffling the cards, I heard her say, um, she made the choice. It seems like she made the choice not to have kids. But I feel like, and when she said that, I kind of felt like if she changed her mind on that. Um, and that's what I got intuitively from her. But in the cards, she gave me the first card is reflection. And it's a mirror, it's mirroring, right? So I had to go to the deck and it says, what the mirror reveals can act as a source of inspiration, encouraging you to move forward. You may not like what you see, giving you the opportunity to make some important changes in your life. This card is a reminder of the importance of taking time to reflect and partake in some deep self inquiry. What are the mirrors in your life trying to show you, and what can you learn from them? The next card she brought in was the success card. It's beautiful orange, right? And it says this card signals that it's time to tap into the warm feeling of accomplishment after working incredibly hard and pushing toward your goal. Appreciate your accomplishments and the growth you have experienced along the way. So there's something that you did, or maybe you're doing, and you're probably questioning yourself about maybe it didn't go the way you wanted to. But again, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey to the destination. So while the end result, maybe it was successful, maybe it wasn't as successful as you wanted it to be, but throughout the process, there were you had successes. So she's asking you to acknowledge those and not just, what is it, throw the baby out with the bathwater. The next card she gave me was the judgment card. And I was trying to figure out what this card meant, but as I got the message about the success card, the judgment ties into that, right? It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. All right. So don't just focus on you, as she said in the reflection card, and know that no matter what anyone may have done when she passed or even continue to do as she's no longer here on with us, don't don't worry about it. Don't pass judgment, don't feel judged, don't feel like you didn't do enough, because you too had your own path to go through this process, with her transitioning. Then I got regret. She gave me the regret card. So I feel like you may have some feeling of regret, maybe as to how things transitioned with her passing. She says, I know that I cannot change the past. Or maybe this is oh, I know that I cannot change the past. That is about maybe not, maybe she didn't think she was going to pass as quickly as she did. And, we all think we're going to be healthy, things are going to be okay. I'm going to get to certain things when I get to them. That is what this card is about. Whatever occurred after she transitioned. She can't change the past. It's already happened. All you can do is take what you've learned from her and move forward. Okay? Oh, you said you weren't there when she died. And she's not holding anything against you for that, right? Because she knew where you were. It's not that she didn't know. But I just heard the proud as a peacock part is she's asking you to hold your head high and continue on. I just heard, don't look back. The past is there. It'll always be there. But you continue on with the successes that she sees for you in your life. All right. No regrets. Everything happens the way they do for a reason. Okay. So thank you, Nilani, for your question. And, we're wishing you all the best. And, okay. All right. This will be the last one for us, guys, because it is a bit late. So let's see. I'm going to go up and down.
You're welcome, Nilani. Thank you. Be kind to yourself. She'll contact you. I feel like you'll get like messages from her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have Dora Romero. Dora, are you still here? Dora Romero. If you're still here, please let us know.
So StreamYard grays it out after we clicked on it, but it would be nice if they grayed it out if they were live or not.
Right? To say, this person has left.
I know. It's hard to tell because there's other people that have shows, so or classes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think that she is.
It's here.
You want to choose another.
Yeah.
Not unless you want to just do a general, like a for the collective.
Collective? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a general. I'm trying to figure out where these decks. Oh my God.
It's spirit telling us that we're done.
I'm going to pull up. I had this deck sitting here and I was just about to shuffle it. And it said, no, look at the message. But what I heard was open our hearts. Simple as that. Open our hearts is the message for the collective. And then as I was about to shuffle these cards to get a message, and they said, no, look at the card. It says, clear limiting beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Clear limiting beliefs. And look at that bird and how wide his wings are outstretched. So if you're feeling that, okay, well, how do I open my heart? Start by simply stretching your arms out and say, my heart is open to love and light. My heart is open to receive and give love and light. And let God, the creator, source, whoever you may call that being, come in and work with you to open your heart. Because once you open your heart to it, you will see the shift. You will feel the shift. There's no doubt in that. And by opening your heart allows you to accept others for who they are, right? To be aware and to start working on clearing the limiting beliefs, the things that we were taught that necessarily isn't doing anything good for us, isn't serving our higher purpose. That's what I got for the collective. Jean, what do you have?
So I have that it's important for us to work hard on our passions, work hard on developing our intuitive skills and um, opening up to our potential um, spiritually, but authentically as well. All of these new lessons, these new uh, occurrences, or aha moments, or openings, or you know, these things that we learn along the way about ourselves. Work on these, follow your passion, try and put a practice in of honoring yourself, honoring your soul, honoring other souls, honoring the earth. Try and put in some sort of a practice that you have um, to resonate with the absolute miracle that is all around us, and that we're here actually breathing and standing on earth as a soul in a human body. I mean, it's so very miraculous. And it takes us out of our everyday troubles. And, just imagine that we're on a rock circling around a ball of fire, flying through a universe, the whole solar system. I mean, that is a true fact. And yet we only see, this moment here, which is important to stay in the now moment, but it's perspective. You see how and I appreciate that you giggled, Akela, because it's like, oh yeah, that's crazy, right? But keep it in perspective. And we're here to learn lessons. We're here to do our work. We're here to expand our soul and to lift humanity through this evolution. I do see that we are pregnant with possibilities, with new outcomes and new potentials, and trust in that and believe in that and follow that. Follow your passion. Do the best that you can each and every day, no matter how small, and know that there is a reward, an outcome that is going to be of relief, of reward, a better scenario. Things improve with time. And to persevere and to find out, what is this lesson that I'm supposed to be learning right now, and please, and ask your spirit guides and angels to help guide you, help smooth your journey, and open up and enlighten you as to what possibilities may be for your current situation, and or what may be in the future. And this brings me all the way back to, I think it was Debbie, who I said she was in a murky water with a single oar, and she was like dragging herself. And there was like a big mountain, and the sun was behind the mountain, and she was shadowed from the mountain, and she couldn't see what was around the corner. And she just thought she was going through this heavy mud and sludge. And it feels like that, but we don't know what is on the other side of the mountain. Was very blue and calm, beautiful water with the sun and the breeze. And she would be able to coast and be able to see on the other side. And I thought, that's such a magnificent image that I hadn't expected. That it's really, it just helps us to um, imagine what it is that our soul is going through in this human incarnation. Be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, make sure you have enough water, and sleep is so much more important now with all of these energies. Ground yourself. But we just want to thank you all for being here, all of the moderators and the members and the new people that came in and asked your questions. You guys are absolutely terrific and wonderful. We are both, and I am honored and flattered that everybody is here, and you guys are just so kind. Your kindness is very much appreciated, and thank you for hosting, Akela. It was such a pleasure to be here and just be a guest on your channel. It was a nice treat for me, and you did an amazing job. So, and please do remember, everybody, if you didn't hear before, go over and like, share, and subscribe to Akela-B. It's very important we get her over 1,000 so that she has more available uh, mm, activities or things that she can utilize in YouTube. For the first 1,000, they don't give you all of the potential abilities in YouTube. So please, let's go ahead and get her over 1,000. So thank you very much.
Yes, and thank you all for being here, joining us, spending your time with us, allowing us to read for you, bringing in the messages that you need for your highest good. Because that's that's a lot of trust, trusting in us, and also the feedback of, validating for us when, because sometimes we're like, oh, well, am I getting this right? So when you communicate back with us, it's like, okay, good, I'm on the right path, you know, um, but also, while we enjoy doing this, also know that you too can do this for yourself. Just sit quietly 2 minutes and ask the question. Ask your guide. Show me. And Jean, this is one of the practice when I first started with you. We did a color, right? We sat in the practice and we said we're going to ask for a color. And even if you don't get the color that you asked for, um, they'll show you something and just say what you got. Say, hey, maybe I saw a branch blowing in the wind. I saw leaves. I saw birds fly by. Whatever it is, just know that that's your team working with you. So try it. You think you can't, but try it. And Jean will be back on at 2 p.m. So we do have to go with Ginger Faye, and they will be talking about Merlin. So if you're not subscribed to Jean and or Ginger Faye, go on and subscribe to Jean, and so that you can get the notification, and I'll be there, and so we can chat in the comments and hear what Merlin has for us. So thank you all, and you have an amazing rest of your day. And Jean, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye, everybody.